Hi. So I've read a few comments over the past couple of months stating that I'm being passive aggressive. So I got to wondering, am I? And if I am, is that a bad thing? Hi, my name is Jana. I'm 68 years old. I am married to my wife, Donna. We live in Sarasota, Florida, and I am estranged from my entire family. So let's talk about it. Honestly, I thought I might be a bit passive aggressive, not specifically about my estrangements, but life in general. And I never looked up the definition of the word, but I just assumed it meant like you're being all nice and friendly one minute and then like angry and gruff the next minute. So, am I that way? I know I've been reflecting upon my upbringing where speaking up led to punishment or rejection, and I never learned how to communicate properly. I also wonder about the tone of my voice because a couple people have said that I sound bitter, and this has caused me to self-reflect even more. And so I looked it up, like research, if you will. I like to do research. And what I found surprised me, and I'd like to share that with you. So, first of all, I'm not bitter because bitter people look for revenge, and I am not doing that. And bitter people stay stuck. Bitter people don't experience multiple emotions, and bitterness does not equal self-reflection. The two don't coincide with each other. Just the fact that I'm questioning if I'm bitter is a telltale sign that it's not bitterness that is coming across. The truth is, I think the subject of estrangement makes some people uncomfortable, and so they feel the need to project and label. And I also think that when I point out hypocrisy in my situation, and when I say things like, I'll never get over it, that can come across as bitterness. But in reality, it's raw honesty. And what I'm feeling is not bitterness, it's grief mixed with clarity. There are times when I'm expressing hurt one minute and anger the next minute. And I think some people misinterpret that. And what I want to know is, are they seeing passive aggressiveness? Or are they just uncomfortable with there being more than one emotion? Because honestly, estrangement is not a one emotion situation. It's a lot more complex than that. And now, yes, I'm just going to read my notes because I want to tell you guys what the actual definition of passive aggressiveness is. And, well, I guess the telltale signs: indirect communication, hinting instead of expressing, sarcasm instead of honesty, and avoiding confrontation but still expressing anger sideways. And is that a bad thing? No, not really. It's just a communication pattern that people learn when they don't feel safe with being direct. And that is something I learned. I've never felt safe being direct. I'm still learning. And it's not a moral flaw, and it's totally okay to experience multiple emotions all at the same time. So, am I passive aggressive? Well, I'm not speaking indirectly to my daughters, for one thing. I'm speaking to my audience. I'm speaking to other estranged parents in similar situation. I'm also speaking to anybody who's just interested in the subject, whether you're the estranged adult child yourself or just simply interested for whatever reason. Those are the people that I'm speaking to. I'm allowed to feel angry, hurt, sad, all at the same time because I'm processing something complex. Estrangement is complicated. It would be too difficult for me to try to formulate my words so that people don't misinterpret them. I've dealt with that kind of situation all my life, who knew exactly what I meant but chose to pick apart my words. And so, I'm not choosing to go there. I'm choosing to be authentic. And this is why I'm always saying, please leave me a comment if you would like any clarification, because I would rather you just ask the questions instead of just making blanket judgments. I don't mind constructive criticism. There's a way to do it respectfully. I can't be detailed enough to please everybody. So I'm not trying to guilt anybody here. I'm not trying to blame anybody. I'm not trying to manipulate or send any kind of hidden messages. I'm not trying to attack. I am not being passive aggressive. I'm just saying out loud what my entire life I've been too afraid to speak, and I'm telling my truth out loud for the first time in my life. And for that, I appreciate you being here and listening. And have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.